In which way the HDP party is a new way of making politics inside a party organization?
Well, first of all, we need to acknowledge that HDP is not only a political party that does politics, around the table, but we are also out on the streets and give struggle for democratization of Turkey and human rights, both in the parliament and outside in the streets. And the second aspect is that HDP is formed out of different ally parties and organizations. So it's as colorful as it gets. So it represents Turkey with all of its colors. We we do not make politics based on race or religion, but more based on people and the harmony of different people groups represented all around Turkey. And the third aspect, which is different, is that we're not bound with the hierarchy that other system parties are bound with. We're How we're organized is from down to top, not from top to down, which means that an organization in a district of the city makes its own decisions and declares it to the center, to the executive board. We have women commissions, and they make their own meetings and about women rights, and they, talk about the problems within themselves and find the solutions within themselves and just declare it. So it's kind of like, the autonomy is formed within the party and the organization.
Then, what has been the role of HDP members during the Gezi process? How did the party took part to the movement?
Well, we supported Gezi protests from the first day to the end, and we do not see it as it has ended yet, because people are still people learned how to protest and how to say no to an oppressive government. And a lot of the ally members of HDP are already used to, being out in the streets, being involved in protests. So for a lot of us, it was not something new. And the fact that the government is an oppressive government, it was not a newsflash for us. Our party member, and who was also the mayor candidate of mayor from Istanbul, Süreyya Önder, he was there from the first day, like on the 28th of May, when people started occupying the park. And he was the one who jumped on the bulldozer to stop, stop the demolition. We had different ally socialist parties who, came face to face during clashes with the police. The police even had an operation in their office because of, how they were very active, and they had members who were detained. We have, because one of our allies is the LGBTI bloc in Turkey, and you've noticed that LGBTI were very active during the protests, so they were there. Actually, because we have, we're very colorful. Like, we have feminist organizations within the party. Well, feminists were there in Gezi too. We have Armenian organizations within the party, and the Armenian organizations were there. So Gezi was, in my opinion, was a representation of Turkey, all colors of Turkey. And because HDP is formed like that, I think we were all around the park and outside in Taksim Square with the ones that have the flags.
About the administrative election, what is your analysis of this vote in general, and also about your first presence as a party itself?
Well, when making an evaluation about this elections, I don't think that it's healthy to only make an evaluation based on numbers and percentages. We should be able to compare from how we did in the last elections, and if we could accomplish our goals, if we remained our principles as the party, which is very valuable for us because if we had let go of our principles during the election process in order to just take people's votes, I don't think that it would be an honorable way to make politics. When we look at the last elections that we entered with DTP, we see that in many areas we have doubled our votes. There are those areas where we were not as successful, and in order to make a good evaluation of it, we need to look at the sociologic facts of it, because we need to look at how the laborers that we think are basic, candidate voters, or the Kurdish or the women, if they didn't vote to us, who they voted for and why they voted for them. So we're still doing researches about it. Of course, there were hard days during the campaign because of the counter-guerrilla fascist attacks that were supported by the government itself in many areas. The fact that the government did not do anything to protect the safety of the elections just shows us that they are afraid of a new alternative. They are afraid that people are going to want a third option, because up until now they've always seen only two options. It's either AKP or CHP. Maybe we can count MHP, which is a more nationalistic party, but that was it. And during the campaign, at the end of the campaign, like 2 weeks before the elections, those people who were afraid of a new alternative, who were not actually not used to a new alternative, started a campaign that said, in order to get rid of AKP, let's vote in every city, whichever party is, the second strongest. So a lot of people, I understand their reaction, because they were afraid of losing all of their freedom and giving AKP even more power. So a lot of people voted for just the strongest one instead of hearing and listening to their own political views.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks.
You.